I once pulled up to an AA meeting, 8 o'clock at night, and when I pulled up, I managed to park out front in my car, actually my pickup truck, my old junky pickup truck, had 3 or 4 bullet holes in it, and I had an Easy Does It bumper sticker on the front, and it was from driving around in a bad town, and I stole some crack cocaine, popped it out of a guy's hand, drove away. I didn't even know I was being shot at by somebody on the other side of the street. I got away from that. I went to a meeting. This was my life. I got to that meeting and I didn't even know there were holes in my truck, and people were coming out and laughing at it with the Easy Does It bumper sticker and the bullet holes in the back of it. This was going on for a long time. I was locked out of my little apartment. I had a beautiful little place. It was connected to a main house, and I was in a little mother-in-law's apartment with 3 elderly women living in the main house. It was always quiet. The flowers were perfect, and they liked me. They knew I was a drunk, but I gave them rides. I did favors for them. I fixed doors and windows and so forth, and I got along with them. But they knew I was a drunk, and I fought this and got sober a few times for short periods of time with Alcoholics Anonymous. The church I went to in the city of Boston since I was a little boy was nothing but one long learning lesson for me. I was not a religious nor a spiritual man at all, or a boy, I should say. The thing is, we learned everything, and we went to First Holy Communion, confession. Um, I didn't care about God. I cared about my bicycle, my friends, my whatever I was doing in school. Um, I had a tough time with the nuns. The nuns used to hit boys that were a little unruly. They'd hit them with their pointer or their yardstick or things like that. They were tough. They were trying to keep us in line. They were tough. I was the youngest in the class. I was born in December. And they had a 10 o'clock and a 1 o'clock time where you went to the lavatory. Well, this little boy's body didn't work like that. And 2 or 3 times in school, second grade, maybe first grade, I don't know, I wet my pants and I filled up my shoes. That didn't go over very well with my father. My father was a drunk. I followed in his shoes, lived in an alcoholic home, Irish Catholic, bad neighborhood. It was tough, but for a long period of time, I managed to meet people, and AA was turning it over to God, and I didn't like that feeling. I didn't. I had given up, and I was fortunate to meet a man who was an alcohol counselor. You'd never know it from looking at him. He dressed in chino pants and a work shirt, and sometimes had 3 days growth of beard. And he was the nicest guy and sober for a very, very long time. Was a counselor. Um, and I didn't know this until years later when his wife told me. He goes, he was a wino in the streets of Boston. You found he was the guy that lived in doorways and slept in Morgan memorial boxes during the winter to stay alive. And he was a very wise man, and he helped a lot of people. He was a no nonsense person. There was no kid gloving, none of that. And this guy spoon-fed God into my life a little at a time. Showed me how to meditate, showed me how to trust in a power greater than me. And a lot of programs today don't help you with that. There's drugs that are great, counselors, and many people that help, medical people, there's counselors, therapists, you name it, they're out there to help. But what they're not doing is they're not leaning them towards peace and contentment. And that only comes through pain. And God knows that all of us alcoholics went through a lot. One of my last days, I was locked out of the apartment and sleeping on a piece of cardboard in the crawl space on dirt in November in Massachusetts. It was cold. I was breathing fumes from the furnace that was right next to me. And I didn't think I was that bad. If you're an older man, 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s, these are the people I seem to help a lot. I don't deal with newcomers, or I don't go to AA meetings that much anymore. I have a group of people I'm tight with. A lot of people know who I am, and it's good. I live a very comfortable life. But if you resonate with all this and you're having trouble, sometimes successful men don't want to go to meetings anywhere near their home or be involved in this sort of thing. I get it. I get it. I've written a book. It's going to be coming out soon, named Celebrating Sobriety. It's about my life. There aren't too many people on YouTube that go down to the very bottom. And there's a lot of people that I would consider alcoholic, but they didn't hit a fierce bottom. And that's a great thing. To me, that's good. There's a lot of good people. But the middle-aged people are the ones that I like to help. So if you're some guy that's looking for someone to talk to, subscribe, leave me a message. I would be glad to talk to you. Thank you. This is Larry McDonald.